Hello and welcome to this bonus or additional lecture in this course on Kotler's strategic marketing management case example from his 16th edition. So we're going to talk to you about this global marketing case studies. So in this section, we will keep bringing to you from time to time more marketing management case example. And here in this lecture, we're talking about cases of known company with solutions about addressing the challenges and opportunities associated with global marketing, including cultural consideration, market entry strategies, and managing a global brand. So here are the case examples of the known company. As you can see, we're talking of very well-known companies: McDonald's, Unilever, P&G, Coca-Cola, Starbucks, Netflix, IKEA, Airbnb, and Nike. And so let's take a look at how each of these companies, what are the challenges each company was facing, and how did they overcome that challenge. So let's look at those examples. So the first one to look at is the McDonald's global expansion. And the main challenge that they were facing was adapting to diverse cultures as they were globally expanding. So how do you think they handled that? Any thoughts on how did McDonald adapt to the diverse cultures while they were expanding globally? See, McDonald has successfully tailored its menu to local preferences. So that's what they did main thing while maintaining a consistent global brand, right? For example, in India, McDonald introduced a range of vegetarian options to align for cultural preferences, and the company emphasized the cultural sensitivity in its marketing and operations. So that's how McDonald adapted to diverse cultures while it was expanding. Let's look at the next case of Coca-Cola's Share a Coke campaign, where the challenge was do to localize the brand personalization. So brand personalization, localization was the key challenge. And how did they do that? So Coca-Cola Share a Coke campaign involved printing popular names. So was the campaign they used for local personalization, brand personalization. And they did that by involving printing popular names on the product labels, creating a personal connection with the customers. This global campaign was adapted to suit cultural norms and preferences, ensuring relevance across diverse markets. Right? You see that? Okay. The third we will take a look at is IKEA's global market entry, and where the challenge was how to balance standardization and localization, and that is the real reality of life. So how did IKEA do that? IKEA successfully standardized aspects of its products, certain aspects of its products, and store layouts for the efficiency, while also localizing offerings to cater to the cultural preferences. For instance, the product sizes and designs may vary in different regions to align with local taste and living spaces. As you see in India, they made the product menu that altered to meet the Indian taste and living spaces requirements. The third one is Unilever's challenge of addressing diverse beauty needs, and they did through this Unilever's Dove Real Beauty campaign. And how did they do that? So they promoted the inclusivity and they challenged the traditional beauty standards. And this will make them navigate the diverse cultural perception of beauty with their Real Beauty campaign. And this campaign of Dove resonated with the global audience while acknowledging the cultural differences. And this was the campaign that you see here, right? Okay. The fifth company that we'll talk about is Starbucks in China, where their challenge was localizing the coffee experience in China because most of the people drink tea in China, isn't it? So, what did Starbucks do? Starbucks adapted its menu uh, and store design, right, to align with the local preferences. It introduced tea-based beverages, collaborated with local artists, and for store aesthetics, and embraced digital innovations to cater for China's market preferences for mobile technology and payment. And this is how a Starbucks looks in China, a very different from what you see in the Western country. The Airbnb's global expansion had its own challenges, and the challenge was regulatory variances and trust building in different parts of the globe. And how did they do that? They faced the regulatory challenges in various markets, and they implemented strategies such something like building relationship with local regulator. So they built relationship with local regulator, address their concerns about property safety, and emphasize its community driven approach to gain trust in the diverse cultural contexts. And as a result of that, they are present across the globe, largest being in Paris, then being in London, New York, Rio, LA, Barcelona, Rome. So they were able to expand globally as a result of successfully managing this challenge of varying regulatory requirements and the trust that is required to be built. Procter and Gamble had their challenges in navigating cultural sensitivities, and they did that wonderfully well with their Thank You Mom Olympic campaign. This campaign focused on universal theme of mother support for athletes, but adapted its messaging to resonate with the diverse cultural norms and family structures. And this campaign successfully appealed to the global audience while respecting the cultural nuances of the different countries and places. Netflix again had a challenge of producing a content relevant across cultures, and in its their content localization strategy. And how did Netflix do that? They invested heavily in localizing content to cater to the diverse cultural preferences, and this included producing original content in different languages, providing subtitles, and adapting recommendations based on the viewing patterns in the specific regions. And as you can see, they have very clearly different languages and subtitles that they provide. Nike's global branding strategy is another one in which they were able to overcome the challenge of cultural sensitivity in marketing. And how did they do that? So Nike has successfully navigated cultural sensitivity by adapting its messaging and endorsements to align with the diverse cultural values and social issues. And this has ensured that its brands remains relevant and resonant globally. So in these case examples that we have illustrated, uh, we have seen how companies address the challenges and leverage opportunity for global marketing. And the main challenge across these companies has been to consider the cultural nuances and implementing effective market entry strategy and managing their brand on a global scale, managing the balance between standardization and localization. Each company demonstrates a unique approach based on industry, target audience, and a global market dynamics. So thank you so much for watching this additional lecture, bonus lecture on global marketing case studies in this course on Kotler's strategic marketing management case examples. I hope you continue to learn new things, continue to enjoy, and I do look forward to see you again somewhere. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer. And if you like to download the PDF file, please do so and take a look at this more detail.